Hello everyone, it's Marie here from Sydney, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to show you how to use Silhouette's PixScan Mat like a brother scan and cut. If you're in the market for a brother scan and cut and you can't afford it right now, but you do own a Silhouette machine, whether it's the original Silhouette way up to number 4, I have both the original and number 4, you are able to use the PixScan Mat like a brother scan and cut. So if you're in the market for a machine but you don't have the cash, this is a great alternative. And let me tell you, this mat retails for around $30. So it's not bad if you don't want to spend over $500 for a brother scan and cut. As a disclaimer, I do own a brother scan and cut, and I do see the value of the brother scan and cut. If you are not into computers, if you want to use something that's all inbuilt in the one machine, the brother scan and cut really is a great machine. So I cannot say a bad thing about it. But if you own a Silhouette and not a brother scan and cut, you can invest in one of these mats and you can cut stamped images like this and sentiments very, very easily. This is a cute little stamp set from Fawn called Gnome Sweet Gnome. I'm just going to stamp a couple of these images and one of these sentiments as well, so you can see how versatile this mat is. And I'll just show you as well how to use this mat with your scanner. I know you can take a picture with this and then upload it to the computer and use it that way. However, after many years of owning this, I found that method of taking a picture and uploading it to your computer a big giant pain in the bum. I don't like it. It never works out well. The cuts are always off, and I find it really just painful to use it that way. But if you use the scanner, on whether it's on your printer or a separate flatbed scanner, you are able to use it that way, and it's way more accurate without the hassle. And I will show you all of this step by step. So this is a brand new mat I haven't opened, but I will be using my older mat because it's still going. So I have always a spare, just to be sure. So I'm going to get my Misty tool out, and I've got a piece of scrap paper here. And I'll show you how to cut sentiments that look like this. So it's very, very cute. So I'll just pop this in the corner and I'll actually turn this around and we'll stamp the images over here. So you just stamp as normal. So it's not an issue. I'm going to use the little gnome. Super cute. I'm going to use the little mushroom. And I'm going to use the sentiment here that says there's no, I'll put it back on here, there's gnome place like home. Very cute. And I'll also use the big giant, the mushroom house and the smaller mushroom. And I'll just stamp the sentiment. There is no place like gnome. And I'll do that actually on the side here, like that. Just move these over and fit everything all on the one little piece of cardstock there. Okay, this is just to illustrate how you can do this with your PixScan mat. So I'm just going to stamp as per normal. Ink up my stamps. I'm using Momento Tuxedo black ink, and you can use this same principle as well with what's it called, patterned paper. So it should be good. Like, it's so versatile. You can cut shapes, you can cut actual images from it as well. Very much the same as the brother scan and cut. So I find that very handy. And I'll show you everything on the computer as well. Okay, so I'll just stamp my image now. I'll stamp it again. Just get a nice crisp image. How cute is this lawn fawn set? I love it. So adorable. Okay, I'm going to do this again. Okay, and that stamped it beautifully. Okay, so I'll just clean up my stamps. And then I'm going to bring over, just take this off to dry off. I like to always dry it on top of my sheets there. Okay, I'll bring over my PixScan mat. I'll use my old one. Take off the top protective cover. And I can stick this anywhere within that square, okay? So anywhere within the square, you can put it in. So I'm going to put it here. Why not? Now this is pretty sticky, so it should be all right to go in my machine. Now, what I'm going to show you next is the view on the computer, and then I'll show you how to do this with the printer scanner. So I will see you again very shortly. Okay, so now we're at the computer, and I'm going to show you as much as I can both the image of the printer and on the computer screen. Camera here, overhead camera, I've got my PixScan mat with the page loaded up for me to start scanning. So what you need to do is you need to open up your scanner, okay, and this bit here, you're scanning one side at a time. So you put your bit there, right for your scanner. So that's one side. And as you notice, it is longer than the printer, and that is okay. Close the lid. And when you go to your computer screen, you need to press here the PixScan Mat icon, which is this one. It says Pix. You're going to click, it's got like a camera here, and it's also got a scanner. So I'm going to say import from scanner. And it says here Epson ET8550. That's what I've got. So I'll click on that to make sure it's highlighted. Then I'm going to say import PixScan image from scanner. This comes up here. I always click color because I think it works fine. So I'm just going to now press scan. And it's starting to scan the picture. And if you can see here, this is now the one side. I'll say continue here anyway. The one side could not load image. Okay, we will have to do it again. I don't know what's going on with this, but we'll do this again, the original way. Let's do it like this. So it's facing the right way. Let's do it that way with the arrow going up. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. I'll press scan on here. Import scan. Just thought I'd go through the scan qualities, but I'll just say color picture. I'll say black and white or text just to be short. I'll press scan. I'll do that again. I don't know why I'm having so many issues with that. That's loading the image. So that's successful.
Okay, so I had it originally in the right place. So make sure it's butted up to the corner there where it's got your arrow or however you do it. Then we're going to turn this around and do it the other way. Close the lid. And then we're going to press
the PixScan mat again. Press the scanner part. Highlight your printer or scanner, whichever you have, and import scan image from scanner. I'll press scan, and it will now stitch together both sides of that image. And I'll press continue anyway. And it will even have it the right way around for you. So as you can see here, it's all done the right way.
Now I'm going to remove this from the scanner. So as you can see, this scanner is an A4. I think it's legal size letter scanner from Epson. It's not as big as this, clearly. It's much smaller. But you do one side, then you do the other side. And just make sure that the arrow's facing this way. I think it makes it easier. So just put it in that way. Put the lid down, scan on the computer. Once it's finished scanning, you do it the other way. Close your lid, press scan, you PixScan man, and then and then your image will upload onto your screen here. Do not touch this after you've done this. Do not move it. Do not do anything, because I will show you then how to cut it out with your silhouette. So bear with me for a second. Over here, I'm going to load my mat as you would any other, your usual mats. And I'm going to press my load button, and my silhouette mat is ready to go.
Okay, so now we are on our computer screen here. And basically what we need to do is we need to trace the images like we do with any of our kind of creations, okay, or whatever we've uploaded onto the computer. So what we're going to do is we're going to press select area, and I'm going to highlight all of these for now. And I'm going to turn up the threshold, and I'm going to say trace outer edge. So it gives you a line outside of these images. Okay, so you can see that's all highlighted in red. Then what I'm going to do is press that, because that's all grouped together as one. And I'm going to go to the offset window, where I'm going to press offset. And I'm going to go for 0.50. Okay, and I'll press apply. And that creates an offset for you. Now, all I need to do is get rid of the inner offset. I don't need that anymore, so I'm just going to delete that, and I just have the outer offset of this. Now, when it comes to creating an offset for this sentiment here, we go to our trace window again here, press select trace area, and we're going to highlight our sentiment. We're going to fill that up as high as we can. And we're going to say trace outer edge. Okay, so it will highlight and trace all of the individual little letters. So I'm just waiting now. I'll press that. And as you can see, it's all red. All red. So what we're going to do is we're going to press on that again. And I'm going to create an offset. So I'm going to go to that offset window again. And I'm going to say offset. Okay, and that already has created an offset of 0.50. However, I want to increase it just a tad. So I'm just going to use the arrows to do it slowly so that it merges it all together. And as you can see, there's no space. So I'm just going to click out of that so you can see that it's all joined together. I'm going to get rid of that inner one. And as you can see, it traced the letters. And now I have this really lovely outline offset off that. But what I want to do is I want to get rid of that little dot there, because that will be a pain to cut. So I'm just going to click on that. I'm going to right click my mouse, press release compound path, and I'm going to click on that tiny little dot. I'm going to right click, press delete, and we are done. That's all finished now and ready to go into
our
Now I'm
silhouette.
going to press to send. And I will pick my machine. So I will pick that scan there and I'll just go Silhouette Cameo 4. Okay. And it's going to now get ready to send. It says it's ready. So I'm just going to press send. And make sure that it did cut. I need to cut this again. I didn't change my settings. So I'm going to press send again. And I'm going to let that cut because I should have picked my thick cardstock, but I didn't. So I'm now going to get this to cut again. So if you don't move your mat, you can do that again. User error on my part. I should have picked my cardstock that was for thicker cardstock. But this should do it. Okay, so I'm going to check now to see if it's cut through, and it has, so much better. So what I'm going to do now is take out the mat, and on my computer screen now, I'm done. So I will see you back at the craft desk and I'll show you in detail how this looks. See you again shortly. Now back from what I was doing before. So this is now the finished product. So I'm going to remove that. And here are the images. So I'm going to take them off the mat. And how perfect is that? And that's using the PixScan Mat with the Silhouette Cameo 4. You can also use your original Silhouette if you still have it, like I do, and it works absolutely fine. I'll just get a spatula. Just give me a second. I've got my spatula now, and I'm just going to remove my images from the mat. As you can see there. Cute. Now, this is not bad for a $30 mat. So, as I said, if you own a Silhouette Cameo 4 and you like the convenience of the the Brother Scan and Cut, but don't have the budget for it, so that's now the sentiment. It did a fantastic job. I think this is awesome. Okay, this is great for a $30 mat. Now, in my next video, if you like, let me know in the comments below. I can do another video with the PixScan Mat using designer paper or pattern paper, where you can cut shapes and be very exact with it. I'm more than happy to show you that if you wish. But this is not bad coming from a stamp set like Lawn Fawn and using your Silhouette Cameo to cut these out. Now, I'll give you the pros and cons of both. With the Silhouette Cameo, you have to use your computer and you have to use a printer scanner, or you can use just a flatbed scanner, and it's not a problem. All you have to do, as I showed you, is scan one side like that, open it up, scan the other side like that, and the program automatically stitches the images together and turns it around the right way so you can then cut as per normal. And so this is great for $30. I cannot sing its praises enough. If you're not you don't have a Silhouette and you don't like computers, then using the Brother Scan and Cut is a fantastic way of cutting out your stamped images as well. Very convenient. You don't have to hook it up to anything other than plugging it in. It has its own scanner and off you go. So you can do it one of two ways. With the Brother Scan and Cut, my issue with it is this. When it comes to cutting sentiments like this, because there's gaps between the words, the the Brother Scan and Cut will cut out all of these because they look separate, okay? So you have to use like a pencil or something, and you draw lines in between the words in order for it to then to scan and cut like this with that outline. So it can be done with the Brother Scan and Cut, but I find it's a lot easier on the Silhouette Cameo software to do this, because you can control how large or small you want your outline as well. And of course that's also can be done with the Brother, but with this Silhouette it's a lot easier, I find, to do sentiments like this using the PixScan Mat. Both methods are effective. Both methods do the exact same thing in the end, in that you have scanned and cut your stamped images, but you have to add a little process with the Silhouette Cameo where you have to use your scanner and you scan the image twice. In the whole scheme of things, it's much of a muchness in terms of time, I think, between the two. I like both methods. Each has its pros and cons. In terms of being able to see better, I prefer the Silhouette Cameo with the PixScan Mat, because I've got the computer screen, it's nice and big, and it makes it easy for you to do all sorts of things with this thing. So this is great. With the Brother Scan and Cut, you have the convenience of using the onboard scanner. You don't need to hook up to a computer. There is no need for the internet or anything like that. It's super easy. So the choice is yours. However, I did want to show you that you can do this very easily with the Silhouette Cameo and just using a cheap $30 PixScan Mat. So this is a brand new one that I haven't opened up yet, but that's what it will look like. That's the original Cameo. I have that still. It still works. It's a fantastic machine. And I also bought the Silhouette Cameo 4 recently because it was a great special. I got something like $120 off the retail price. So I thought, if my old Silhouette dies, I have a backup. And I got it at a great price before everything went crazy with the things just going up with inflation and what have you. So I took advantage of that. So there you go, guys. You can use the Silhouette PixScan Mat to cut out your stamped images, and don't worry about the phone and the calibration of the phone and all that nonsense. Just use your scanner on your printer or on your just a regular flatbed scanner, and it doesn't have to be large format. You can just use your regular size scanner and you can't go wrong. So I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to leave me a comment below, and I'll attempt to answer your questions within 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours. And if there's something there that requires a video, I will do that video for you to answer that question as well. So thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe as well. That really helps me out a lot. Thank you, guys, and I will see you again next time. Bye.